In this video, I'm going to talk about why you keep getting cheated on and how to stop it from ever happening again. You know, if I go and look at the comment section of just about any YouTube video talking about women and relationships and stuff, it's going to be filled with guys saying stuff like, all women cheat, she's not yours, it's just your turn, and never get married because the sex ends. And this is all a bunch of guys who are talking about the symptoms of themselves. You attract what you are, hands down. And we're not trying to find any woman out there. We're trying to find the kind of woman that matches you well. But again, if you're not a guy who's super solid and grounded and powerful in his life, you're going to get a woman who is also the same as you. Or you'll find a woman who can take advantage of you. And what we're seeing is in the comment section of all these videos is a bunch of guys who don't know how to manage their relationships at all. And so what they've done is they've abdicated the whole game of relationships. And they say, I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to do this MGTOW thing. And that's cool. You can do that. That's fine. But just realize that you don't understand the game. You don't understand the game at all. You don't understand what women truly want. If you keep getting cheated on, realize you're the one creating this situation, either by not becoming the guy that you need to be or by tolerating a lot of dumb shit in your life because you don't value yourself. My name is Baxter, and I help guys in betrayal situations. I've coached thousands of men. Tens of thousands of men have come through my doors in one form or another. I've had over 3,000 guys come through the Betrayed to Badass program. And that's what we do. We'll get you to that place where you make the right decision for you and your children. And this can happen from two different ways. One, you've been absent. You haven't been around. So she finds connection with somebody else. You're too busy in your business, you get too busy in what's going on in life, and you're just not connecting with your wife. And at this point, she's going to be starving for attention. Man, even piss looks good in the desert. And so when she's in this place where nobody's connecting with you, then it doesn't matter who she connects with. And this is why it's typically somebody at work. I can't tell you the number of women when I was working as an engineer who were completely starved for attention that it didn't matter who gave her attention. It's like if he was even mildly attractive and he was listening to her and asking how she was and how was her day and what her hopes, dreams, and fear was, eventually the conversation would start coming up that she'd start complaining about her husband. And the guy would say, I hear you, I get it, I understand. And because somebody in her life is doing this, and it's not her husband, she starts to latch onto this guy emotionally. And then he becomes attractive to her. Even though he might not physically be that attractive, she will find him attractive because he's giving her the one thing she's been starving for years. And this is how women get in this place of, I never thought my wife could cheat. Yeah, because you weren't actually pouring into her. You weren't actually opening her up. You weren't actually having these conversations because you're too busy with everything else in life and you relied on commitment to keep her locked in. Or you're on the other side of the continuum where you look at women as this thing you have to achieve. You put women on a pedestal, these women that are beautiful. You're looking at these Instagram models and porn and like, oh, if I could just have this, if I could have this woman love me, if I could just, and you simp after all of these women, you subjugate yourself to that sex, to these women. On the flip side of this, because you want it so much, you're willing to give up anything in order to get it. And you give up all your power to them because you want to get what you want. And this is why you become overly nice. This is why you're afraid of conflict with them. This is why you get nervous around them. Because you're afraid that if you make the wrong move, you're going to scare her away. You put her on this pedestal, and because you've put her on this pedestal, she knows you will never leave her. Never. You will never fucking leave her. So she can do pretty much whatever she wants. She controls you because she controls the sex. She controls you because she controls the beauty. She controls you because she controls the validation. And so if you get married to somebody like this, who plays this game of power and control and knows that they'll do whatever they want if they can get away with it, just realize you're dealing with a personality who is not really interested in love and connection. They're just interested in what they can get away with you. And so you get wondering, like, why does she keep cheating on me? It's like, well, what are you letting her get away with? The cheating is just a culmination of you allowing bullshit to happen for years. You allowing and abdicating your own responsibility in the relationship, in your leadership role, and not standing up for yourself because you're afraid she'll leave you. Let's make no mistake, you're afraid of being alone. And so you'd rather have a woman cheating on you than to actually have to go out there and find another woman who then actually cheats on you because you do the same shit and the same pattern over and over and over again. So on one hand, you have this guy who's been neglectful of his family and he's been working in his business and he just goes and goes and goes and goes, not really wanting to connect with his family because he finds fulfillment more in that than in his business. And then he goes and gets laid low when he finds his wife's cheating on him. Then he flips over into the simp side and starts saying, baby, I'll do anything you want, and doing everything that she asks for. And then from her perspective, she's like, I don't know what the fuck I got here. On one hand, he's completely absent. Now he's turned into the slobbering fool. Where's this powerful, dominant guy he used to be? And the guy's like, I don't know how to turn this around. And then when we get into the Broken to Badass program, we turn it around really fast. And I just show him how to be that guy he used to be. It's actually very quick. Happens within a week or so. But the guys that have been living in the simp land for a long time are a little bit harder because they've never had that level of power. It takes a little bit more to show them what that is and encourage them and show them and give them permission to be vulnerable and give them permission to actually stand up for themselves and to tell them that they don't have to put up with bullshit. So if you're out there dating and you're trying to figure out how do I prevent myself from getting with a woman who keeps cheating on me again, look at her past. It's the first thing to do. How is her relationship with her dad? How has she been with the other guys that she's dated? Is she emotionally unstable? Do you always feel like you have to figure out this crisis that she's in? Do you feel like you have to save her all the time? Is she always complaining to you? Is she mean to waitresses? Can she not self-regulate? Does she not take responsibility? Can she not put herself in other people's shoes? All of these things lend to the one thing that matters more than anything is she doesn't have an empathetic connection to the people around her because her drama is so big that all she can think about is what's going on within her mind. Her stress levels are so high, everything is just about her. And it might not be this game where she's trying to make it all about her, but when you're in a depressed state or you're highly anxious and you just can't get your emotions wrapped up, yeah, everything's going to be about you because you're just trying to manage your own fucking life. And so you have to get with a woman who knows how to manage her own emotional state, who can have maturity in herself and who can manage her own life. And when she does this, now empathy can be there. Now she can actually think about somebody else and she can think about how that would affect you in a relationship. Now on the flip side of this, if you're strong in yourself and you have dominant behavior in your life and you have strong boundaries, like I ain't putting up with this shit. I'm not putting up with manipulation. I'm not going to let you push me around. And then on the back side of this, you have a foundation of too much fucking around, you're going to find out. I will leave you. I don't need to be with you. I don't care if I'm married to you. I will leave. Then she'll say, okay, well, this guy is willing to leave if I go too far. And so then this usurps this whole game of manipulation. Again, I talked about it in the beginning of this video. Most guys have to deal with this shit because they're not actually willing to leave the relationship. They say, well, I have to stay for the kids. Cool, you're going to stay for the kids. And you know what's going to also happen is you're going to teach your kids to do exactly what the fuck you're doing. Be a big fucking panty waist to his wife and control you your entire life. And you're going to teach your daughters that this is okay to treat men this way too. So congratulations, you were there for the kids. They had an intact family, but you fucked their relationships going forward because you did not stay with her for the kids. I guarantee you are not staying with her for the kids. You think you are, but you're not. You're staying with her because you're too fucking afraid to do what really matters, which is to rise up in your own power and to do what's right. To do what's right for your kids and right for yourself. That's why you're not doing it. And you're using your kids as a shield. Shame on you. What are you going to hide behind God too? Well, I can't do it. My wife cheated on me 14 times, but God says I shouldn't leave. Like, fuck you. That's not what you're doing. You're hiding behind God because you're too afraid of yourself. We all know this. Everybody can see it but you. And you go and you allow this to happen and you let your kids fucking deal with it because you're too afraid to move forward. So if you want to not get cheated on, you have to make a stand. You have to say, hey, this is not going to be allowed in my life and I will not tolerate it. Zero tolerance. Most guys who get in a situation where their wife cheated on them have been dealing with this shit for years and they refuse to look at themselves. They say, well, she's cheating on me. How do I get her to change? How do I get her to do this? She's just doing this. It's her. It's like, no, dude, it's you. It's you because you're allowing this to happen in your life. You're inviting it and you're tolerating bad shit. And you're using all kinds of excuses like your children and God or work or, oh, I don't want to lose my ass in a divorce. So I'm going to let this woman manipulate me and beat me up for years with alcoholism and whatever it is she's doing because I'll lose a lot of money in a divorce. Cool. All right. You're going to hide behind your money. You're going to hide behind your wealth. Dude, just make more money. Just be the guy your kids need to be for as an example. Find another woman that you can show them what it's like to have healthy relationships. Show the kids how to be strong in their power. Show them not what it's like to not have to tolerate bullshit. See, you're the one who has to rise up, not your wife. You have to be the one who makes this change. If you make the change, your kids will follow because kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. Literally, they just copy everything you do. There's no excuse for it. And when your kids go and they have all these issues later on when they grow up, it's your fucking fault. Yep, it is 100% your fault. You created that. Now, with that being said, maybe they'll listen to you. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll see their father as very weak or absent. And they'll say, I don't want to listen to you at all. And now they're on their own and they can't do anything about it. But if they're young, you can change it right now. You can change it very easily if you follow steps in this video, or maybe you joined a Broken to Badass program. We'll turn this around really fast. This is happening all the fucking time with just about every relationship that I've seen. Is there some level of this betrayal or infidelity going on? And people like to play the gray line about this. Like, well, what is cheating really? Well, I didn't have sex with her. Yeah, dude, but you've been trying to cultivate this emotional relationship with this person for years. Or you were flirting, like obviously in front of the husband, you're having these fantasies of it. Yeah, that's cheating. Intent is cheating. Make no mistake. Let's not play the game of what the gray area is. Intent is cheating. And so if you don't want to have this in your life, if you want to turn this shit around, go to the link in the description below. If you like this video, obviously hit like. Subscribe if you want to see every one of these videos. And brother, I love you, and I believe in you, and you can do this.